you have some prominent students that started training with you that became IBJJF world champions, Braulio Estima, Vitor Estima, and even one of the most important coach of Gracie Barra, Zé Radiola. So how did all those three figures start Jiu-Jitsu with you back then?
They all started with me at the Freestyle Academy, and they were white belts.
The rock and roll. Nice. Hey guys, the Jiu-Jitsu channel is here. We have landed in Sarasota, a beautiful city famous for Siesta Key, the #1 beach in America with sand that it looks like powder sugar. So we are here looking for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school. Master Charles dos Anjos is here in town, and the GPS took us here to this parking lot that you can see here. But I cannot see any Jiu-Jitsu school. But I do see here a Brazilian butcher. So no better place to ask. It's a Brazilian store here. Hey, bom dia. Tô procurando a academia de Jiu-Jitsu, que é aqui perto, mas ainda não... Lá do outro lado. Lá do outro lado. E aqui, Brazilian Store, tem o açougue, já picanha, já tá tudo aqui. Já vou mostrar pra galera também. E aí, tem pão de alho, tem linguiça, tem tudo. Então vamos lá, galera. Vamos procurar essa academia de Jiu-Jitsu aí, ali do outro lado, e depois a gente volta aqui pra comprar a picanha, já pra fazer o churrasco. Obrigado, hein? Valeu! Vamos lá. Let's see. Vamos procurar aí. Lá do outro lado da rua. Tô vendo um sign lá, karatê. Yeah, I'm seeing a sign there, karate. Let's check it out. Just a regular plaza here. Sarasota, a lot of palm trees, sunny day. We've got some motorcycle action, there are some bikers. So we're gonna check it out, what's going on there in that plaza. The guy said it's there. A lot of bikers there. Argentinian pastry. Colombian restaurant. Yeah, this is Florida, guys. Latino country. Can hear the bikes, huh? Check it out. Bikers are in town. America! Let's find that Jiu-Jitsu school. All right, we made it. Let's go. We missed the bikers. We missed the bikers for a bit. There's one last bike there. I missed the bikes. That was beautiful. Let's see. Look at this one. The last bike. I'll show you guys. Beautiful Harley. Look at that. Oh. Amazing. Very beautiful. Oh. Jiu-Jitsu school. I found a lot of martial arts schools here, by the way. Look, check it out. Very interesting. I see the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school right there. Already see the sign, but there's a Kung Fu school here. There's a Karate dojo there. This is the martial arts mecca in Sarasota. More bikes here. Yeah, that was a serious bike. Look at this. We're gonna show you guys this. Check it out. Look at this Harley. Beautiful. Another one here. If you like bikes, Harley-Davidson, drop a comment here. What do you think of these beasts? Very cool, huh? Let's go. Let's go find that Jiu-Jitsu school. We're closed now. I see there Wolfpack Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, picture of Gracie there. We made it. Wolfpack. Let's see what's going on here. Smell Jiu-Jitsu already. Saturday morning, they are having an open mat here. Hey, Professor dos Anjos.
How you doing?
Good morning. We are here
With the Brian.
Big Brian, look at that. Hey,
7 foot tall here.
check it out. We got here right at the open mat time. Let's see what's going on here. Check it out, check it out. Smell Jiu-Jitsu. Looking good, looking good. Brown belt, blue belt, black belt. Very cool, very cool. Nice school. Look at that. Alright, I guess we're gonna check it out. We're here with Charles dos Anjos, one of the founders of Jiu-Jitsu in Sarasota, but also one of the founders of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Recife, Brazil. And we want to know a little bit about your history, like before the move to America. How did you start Jiu-Jitsu, Charles?
I started Jiu-Jitsu by an accident, actually. When I went to sign up at the school. I was signed up. I want to train judo because I was first trained karate, Shotokan karate. And then I was looking for judo to complement my karate with takedowns. The school I went to, they have judo, jiu-jitsu. So I signed up for judo. And then after a week later, I was just like, hey, you guys don't have many takedowns? He was like, no, we don't do many takedowns. I was like, why not? I thought judo has a lot of takedowns. Oh, this is jiu-jitsu. So I end up staying jiu-jitsu for that reason. But I didn't believe in jiu-jitsu when I was training karate. But then after I started training, I was like, oh, shoot, this is the deal.
So back then, what year are we talking about?
Let me see, 1985, 1986, something like that. I'm not sure.
And then after that, you ended up opening your own jiu-jitsu school in Recife. So how did you start there?
It was not my intention to open the school. I just need people to train with me. And I was already trained with a couple masters in Brazil. I trained with Master Jorge Pereira. I trained with Master Gisele Andrade. I trained with Grandmaster Jurandir Moura. And by the time I was a blue belt, actually. I was already teaching classes for Master Gisele Pereira. And then as I was training I decided to change my style a little bit to more grappling instead traditional. And I decided, I gotta open my own school so I can train my own the style of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, more grappling, not so many strikes. So I opened the Freestyle Academy, and that's how things started. That was the beginning.
And Charles, very few people know that you have some prominent students that started training with you that became IBJJF world champions, Braulio Estima, Vitor Estima, and even one of the most important coach of Gracie Barra, Zé Radiola. So how did all those three figures start Jiu-Jitsu with you back then?
They all started with me at the Freestyle Academy, and they were white belts. Jose was a blue belt. He came from São Paulo, and so they started with me from the beginning. Braulio was already like a promise. Even as a white belt, he was an athlete. He was doing judo, capoeira, so you can see already he was be a champion, and he likes to competed all the time. Um, I started taking the guys to Rio de Janeiro. I used to go to Rio to train with Carlinhos Gracie at Carlinhos Academy in Barra Tijuca, and I formed like a friendship with him, and I introduced him to Jose, and from there we started talks. And Jose's idea was like, hey, why not open a Gracie Barra in Recife? And that's how things start with the Gracie Barra, you know, and together with Gracie Barra, those guys grew. Um, Braulio grew into Gracie Barra, and uh, his brother also, Vitor, and of course Jose. They all grew with the Gracie Barra.
Wow, that's amazing. Like what Gracie Barra became, and a portion of that is linked to your history, your background, your early beginnings with José Olímpio, Zé
Mm-hmm.
Radiola, as everybody knows
Yes.
him, Zé Radiola, Braulio, and Victor Estima. And so, how did you go to Rio? Did you move to Rio de Janeiro from Recife exclusively to train Jiu-Jitsu?
No, my father decided to move there for work reasons, and so he took the whole family there, and that's how we went there. I started to train with Master Jorge Pereira at uh, Condomínio Nova Ipanema, na Barra Tijuca, and that's how we started. And I already had some experience from Brazil, from judo, and so that's how I started with Jorge Pereira, because he was teaching inside the condominium, Nova Ipanema, and I started with him.
And from there, how did you get started at Gracie Barra? Because that was still the very early stages of Gracie Barra. Maybe it was at the Espaço Vital Academy still. And who was leading the class there when you
You
were
know,
training there?
Eduardo Velho, he already has a school in Tampa. He was teaching most of the classes, but Carlinhos was there. He was teaching classes also, but mostly it was Eduardo Velho who was teaching the classes. Um, like I said, we met, we talked. I brought him to Recife to teach seminars, and we had more talks about the affiliation. And that's how we start. We start slow, and we grew with Gracie Barra, of course.
And from that time training at Gracie Barra in the early beginning, Charles, who were the top dogs there training on the mats of the old generation that you can remember you trained with there that we know?
Oh no, of course, all those guys, man. I remember Ryan Gracie training there, Nino Chambry, who else? Eduardo Velho, Gordo, Roleta, all those guys were training there. They're all amazing fighters there.
And how about the move to America? How did it go?
It was a shock. I didn't move here to America to teach jiu-jitsu. I moved here as a vacation, but then after a while, I started to work with my brother, and I was like, oh man, dollar's good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stay here. And then after, I tried to find a couple of schools to train in Minnesota where I started, and I couldn't find a school to train. After a while, I met a gentleman there at the Warriors Cove. He was one of the Hickson Gracie students. So I teach class over there a little bit, but then when the winter starts to snow, I said, no way. I got an invitation from Master Simas to come to Florida, and I took it. I came down to Florida, and I stay here.
And Charles, how long have you been in Sarasota, and what's the jiu-jitsu scene here?
I have been here for already 25 years. I love this place. It reminds a lot of Brazil. Reminds Recife because it's water. The best beaches in the country, United States, are here, and I love it. And a very tourist area. There's tons of tourists in Sarasota. If you're around Sarasota, please come train with us. You're invited. We're very friendly. We train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, the difference, we do the competition style, but we're always doing self-defense. So everybody's welcome to come here if you're on vacation in Sarasota.
Hey Charles, when we were coming to your academy, we were asking information to the other business where the academy is, and we noticed there's a big photo of Royce Gracie on the window, and we know you guys are good friends. So talk about your friendship with Royce Gracie.
I met Master Royce many years ago, probably 15 years ago, and we created a friendship. Now he actually have a house here in Sarasota. He lives in Sarasota, but it's almost never here because he travels too much. He teaches seminars all over the planet, Asia, Europe, everywhere. But when he's around here, we go eat, we meet. I always go to the seminars when he's in Florida, and that's my relationship with him. He comes here to teach seminars too.
Charles, thank you so much. You have a great operation here, great vibe, great students. Congratulations again, and thanks for your time today with us.
Thank you. And also we have other schools, locations in Tampa, we have in Venice, we have in Siesta Key, we have in different parts of the country. So you're always invited to train anywhere we are.
Mas não tomei os 2 pontos. Não tomei os 2 pontos.